I had been struggling for years with breast cysts that over the course of 3 years, the cysts had become larger and larger and then more painful. So I've been going in yearly for mammograms to check those cysts. It's very rarely that those cysts would be cancerous, so that wasn't a concern. But because they had become such an impediment, I chose to have them looked at and then removed. And it was a huge shock when that came back that there was cancer there.
Tammy presented with ductal carcinoma in situ, often called DCIS, which is an early stage of breast cancer.
My father was at the end stages of sarcoma in his intestinal tract, and he was dying of cancer. My mother had died of a brain tumor. My stepmother had died of lung cancer, and my aunts had died of lymphoma and then complications from breast cancer. So immediately upon the diagnosis, really felt very strongly that I wanted to have a mastectomy and eliminate any possibility of the cancer going anywhere. My boys were like, they've caught it early. This is certainly doable. My husband was very supportive that this is something that they can get. I think I was the one that was the most upset based on my experiences that I have found cancer takes over your life. My youngest son was entering his senior year in high school. And for me personally, that was really a huge concern, that I wanted that year to be about him, that I wanted to celebrate his senior year in high school, that year didn't turn into mom's got cancer and we've got to deal with that. I initially said, I don't want anything done. I had researched and looked at a lot of pictures and thought, okay, can I live with no reconstruction? Can I do that? And I felt I could. But when I sat with my surgical oncologist, he was very clear that studies had shown reconstruction really added to the quality of life. And when I shared with him I was not interested in surgical implants, then he referred me to Dr. DeLotte.
Tammy was definitely of the mindset that this was something that was put in her path, that it was an obstacle that she was going to climb right over, if not bulldoze right through. And not let it change kind of who she is and what her obligations were.
When I was diagnosed in May, and I went in and I said, I don't want this to affect my job, my family. I don't want it to affect them. And so within 4 weeks, they said, we'll schedule this during the summer at a time that is going to work with your work schedule and with your family so that you can be back at work in August and teaching. But what led me to the DIEP flap was that it was using my own tissue, and then it was going to ultimately not involve compromising muscle system. So that seemed in the end with his, he was just incredible to show the pros and cons, the best option for what I was looking for.
So she underwent DIEP flaps, and that accomplished our goal quite nicely.
It's your own tissue. So once you're done, you're done. The fat does not know it's no longer in your abdomen, so you'll react like any other tissue in your body.
I don't know what other people would define as a lengthy recovery. Within 4 weeks, I was back at a summer camp doing arts and crafts. Within 6 weeks, I was back full-time at my teaching job, teaching PE. Because I tell Dr. Lott when I go see him, my life has been enhanced. I no longer deal with the pain that the cysts were there. I never, ever worry about breast cancer. So I'm very grateful to the whole staff.